So this is Imber Village, in the heart of the Salisbury Plain training area. This is basically closed all the time. So how do we manage to get here, and are we about to be arrested? "150 square miles of Salisbury Plain in southern England has been used by the British Army for training since the Second World War. The eastern Lark Hill part of the Salisbury Plain training area contains many public rights of way. These are open to the public regularly, but are closed when live firing exercises are in progress. Red flags around the perimeter indicate no entry. You can find out when the rights of way are open by calling this number to hear a recorded message. To the west of Lark Hill are the Imber Ranges. These surround the village of Imber. Over 900 years old, this village was evacuated during the Second World War, so the area could be used for training. The Imber Range is almost never open, but there are a few special days in each year when it does open. During these periods you can visit St Giles Church, although all other buildings in the village are cordoned off. So we decided to visit ourselves on Easter Friday. But rather than driving directly into the abandoned village, we cycled, so we could experience more of this part of the plain, which we may never get to see again. We parked just outside Tilshead village, although it turns out there is a proper car park further up the hill. By the way, if you want to explore the area more, Braid's Acre campsite in Tilshead is a great place to base yourself, and walking distance from the local pub. We've used it a number of times. From Tilshead, the direct route would have been to cycle along the road that runs along the southern boundary of the Imber Range. Instead, we cycled through the village and then cut through the Copehill training area, passing the artificial village where troops can train to fight in built-up areas. Built prior to the fall of the Berlin Wall in the late 1980s, the village simulates a type of German village that NATO feared it would need to fight in the event of a Russian invasion. We descend into Chitterne down a quite slippery path. And from Chitterne up the other side of the valley onto the Imber Range path. This is a byway onto the Imber Range. We actually drove up here and cleared some of the undergrowth last year. Now I'm hoping we can get all the way through to towards Imber without having to drop down back into the valley and then cycle back up a hill again. Now that's something you never see on the Imber Range, a flagpole without a red flag. A red flag means that the firing range is in use, and even if it shows as a right of way on your Ordnance Survey map, you are not permitted to enter for obvious reasons if that red flag is flying. Well, that's one sheep freed, so didn't thank us though. No, couldn't leave it. Most visitors choose to drive to the village. A few walk, which is a long walk. You can enter Imber from east, west or south. We decided to enter from the south and then leave to the east. I was expecting this. So on a normal day this is as far as you could get, but because it's Easter this road is now open and we can get all the way to Imber Village. Morning. Morning. One of the things I love about the Salisbury Plain is it reminds me of parts of the African savannah. I'm expecting at any moment to have a lion pop its head up. Once on the range, the military have cordoned off all side turnings, so unfortunately you can't explore the range. You just have to use one of the 3 roads to enter or leave the village. The village has several historic abandoned houses, some artificial buildings for urban warfare training, and the church. The church is the only building you can visit. We bought some souvenirs to help support the church.
What are you thinking?
So if we carry on left we can go to the main road, which is, I don't know, you can just about see some traffic, it's not that busy. Or if we go right here, this is a bridleway and this looks like this follows the whole length. You see a cyclist in the distance, so maybe we'll take this instead because it'll be a bit more fun than sitting there with traffic. This little cycle ride was 29 kilometres and involved 400 metres of elevation change. It was a wonderful experience visiting an area that is almost never accessible. Cycling is a bit harder work, but it means you get the full experience. You hear the skylarks and you see the deer in the valleys below.